Before you clicked on this video, you knew exactly what things you need to do to lose the fat. You know you need to exercise. You know you need to eat less junk food. You know you probably should stop being a fat fucking Genshin Impact player, and yet you still do those things. Even though it's making you fatter, even though you know it is making you a worse person, you're still doing these things. You're still being stuck in this position, even after wanting to lose fat for 3 months, 6 months. You might have even wanted to lose fat for a year now, and you still haven't made any progress because it's too difficult. If you can relate to what I've just said there, this is the right video for you, because after struggling for over 4 years to lose the fat, I finally lost over 17 pounds and changed my life forever. I'm no longer the fat kid of the friend group, and in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I was able to do that. So there's two main steps I had to go through to lose the fat and stop being inconsistent. And the first thing was I needed to fix my mindset. So let me first just show you a pretty relatable story, which was my exact routine throughout the entirety of COVID. When I wanted to lose the fat, when I was playing video games for 10 hours a day, this was my exact routine. I'd wake up at like 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. and without even brushing my teeth, with stank ass breath, I'd sit on my chair, load up Genshin Impact or Minecraft or even Roblox, and just start playing. I might get onto Discord a few hours later with my other gamer friends, and until maybe 6 or 7 p.m., that's all I do. I'd rotate between games. I might load up my iPad and watch YouTube while I was playing. And maybe by like 7 p.m., I'd go downstairs, get yelled at by my parents for being a fatty, and then I'd realize, oh shoot, I wanted to exercise. I wanted to be a good kid. What was I? I was trying to actually change my life. What the hell? And then the day would be gone by, and I'd say to myself, I'll just do it tomorrow. That is exactly what I did for over 4 years. I wanted to stop being this fat fuck that I was, and yet I kept on doing exactly what I needed to stop doing. And what I thought for so long, and this is really interesting, is I thought that I just lacked motivation. And so I'd sit there like an idiot thinking, oh, until I'm not motivated, bro, I'm not going to work out. And I just tell myself this shit for so long. But the thing is, you probably don't lack motivation. If you're watching this video right now, you don't have a motivation problem. You lack clarity. Because at the back of my mind, I'll tell you exactly what I did. At the back of my head, I knew, okay, I need to work out. I should exercise more. I want to study more. All of these things I would tell myself, I never do. And it's not because I lacked motivation, but because I didn't specify when I was going to do the thing. This sounds really simple, but the thing is, when you're just there like, oh, I want to exercise more, you're giving yourself room to procrastinate. And so your lizard brain is going to tell yourself, okay, I'll work out in an hour. Oh, I'll do it in the evening. Oh, I forgot. I'll do it later. And so you're just in this circle jerk of not doing the habit. And so let me give you the exact fix that I used. And this one thing that I'm going to show you literally made me 10 times more consistent. And I read it from one of the books on my shelf. They're called Atomic Habits, which is basically this book on how to stop being an idiot with your life. And so here's the exact strategy. You need to create something called an implementation intention. That is just a fancy word for saying, right now, I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen and write down, I will exercise or I will study, whatever habit you want to do more. I will do the thing from 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. You need to give yourself just those two things. I will do this thing at this time. And here's the most important part now. You need to decide right now, you're going to do this habit every single day, or at least a couple times a week at the same time. None of this bullshit, I'll work out later when I'm motivated. No. The problem with just telling yourself, I'm going to work out when I feel like it, is that you'll work out or do the good habit at 2 p.m. one day, then 5 p.m. the next day. Then you'll suddenly be motivated and do it at like 8 a.m. And because your schedule is such chaos, because you let these things like gaming, scrolling, all this stuff trap your life, When you try to do the good habit, but you keep on doing it at these different times and you're just not doing it some days, your body just doesn't like it. Because on some like weird fucking human level, we like routine. So you not having a routine for when you're gonna do the thing is gonna make it so much harder to do the habit. Trust me, if you've been stuck for months or years now, it is just because of this one thing. And I promise you, just telling yourself, I'm gonna work out every day, or maybe Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Just tell yourself you're gonna do the thing, and you'll do it, because it's almost like your sleep schedule. When you do it at the same time each day, suddenly when 6 p.m. comes around and you're gonna work out, you actually feel motivated. And it's because your body likes routine. Stop making it harder for yourself by doing this shit like, oh, I'll do it later, bro. I don't feel like it today. Just trust me. If you just stick to this one habit, take a piece of paper and a pen, write down when you're going to do the thing, you will be 10 times more likely to do it. So that's the first step. The second thing that I had to do is I had to unfuck my brain. And I'll tell you a story to really show this to you. Maybe in the middle of 2022, I was like peak fat. I was getting fat shamed every single day. And my exact journey to school would be this. I'd wake up knowing what was about to come. I'd go to school. And as soon as I got there, I'd go to my friends and just immediately start getting fat shamed. I was the fat kid. I had now adopted this identity of being that kid who would just get made fun of. And so every single day, nonstop, I'd get ostracized. I'd get genuinely like verbally abused, bro. Fifth graders are wild like that. And the worst part about all of this was I started to believe what they said. Slowly, after all those years of conditioning, I stopped fighting for myself. I started believing, yes, I'm the fat kid. And so I had these habits like pulling my shirt down and like adjusting these fucking sleeves to hide my man boobs. And I just started to take all of these things these people said, and it killed my self-esteem, my mental health. Everything that I had built up that I should have had was cooked. And so when I'd get back home and I'd feel these self-deprecating thoughts, I'd feel like shit, and I'd get yelled at by my parents for not studying or something, I'd get to my room and I'd see two options. I could either go and work out, go do something painful, or I could go on to the video game. I could eat some junk food. I saw YouTube shorts, all these things I saw that I could use as an escape. Because again, my brain was cooked. I had horrible mental health. My self-esteem was cooked. And so when I saw these things, like video games, like junk food, I started abusing them. Literally like a drug addict, because they were my escape. I could use these things to get out of this hell. While at school, I'd be the fat kid. I'd be made fun of every single day. At home, I could be the Dragon Slayer. I could be the absolute best in my friend group at the video game. I could escape into YouTube and eat the junk food to feel better. And so what actually happened was that these addictions ended up building up. And so when I tried to break them, I never had any chance, because here's the problem you're going through. And this will change your life if you just pay attention to the next words I'm going to say. Your addictions are not a problem. They are not the thing you need to solve. They are a symptom. You are fucked in the brain. You have been absolutely screwed over by your friend group, by the people fat shaming you, those daily arguments you'll get with your parents. And so immediately what's going to happen is that you're going to use things like scrolling, gaming, junk food to escape. And so when your mom comes in the rooms and tells you, hey, get off the game, go study, go do something good, you're going to fight back. You're going to be pissed off, because these things have become your escape mechanism. And so these addictions aren't the root cause. Aren't the symptom. There is a root cause that you need to fix, and that is your mental health. When you improve your mental health, and I know that sounds gay and you're thinking, oh, that sounds gay, bro. Tell me how to lose fat in 2 weeks. Bro, I'm telling you, if you just improve your mental health, you will suddenly make 10 times more progress. Nobody will ever make any progress in fitness, in their grades, in improving your confidence. You can't do any of that when your mental health is fried. Because these addictions are going to weigh you down. And you're not going to make any progress until you fix the root cause. And so, now that I've been sort of flaming you for the past bit, I'm gonna give you some hope because you might have been addicted to things like scrolling, gaming, junk food for years now. It might have been 5 years of gaming that you've been doing every single day. It takes 2 weeks, maybe 1 month to quit these addictions. I'm telling you right now, as a junk food addict for like 5, 10 years, it took me just 1 month of improving my mental health, which is still a little bit of time, so you need to be patient, but just 1 month literally made 5 years of addiction go away. That is the power of improving your mental health. And so you can bitch about it and be like, oh, that sounds gay, bro. I don't want to do that. And you can procrastinate for 6 months and not make any progress. Or you can improve your mental health like I'm going to show you now. If you want to improve your mental health, here's exactly how I did it. So we have to look at what is the reason that my mental health is so cooked. And some of it might be that you're being fat shamed each day or that you might have something going on in your life. But really what I found was that the reason my mental health was so cooked was because I lived like a gremlin, like I was subhuman. I would literally go days during summer break without even getting sunlight. My blackout curtains over there would literally be on the entire day. I would do nothing but play video games. I wouldn't even exercise or eat clean or even hug my mom. I would literally just be a fatty. I would be genuinely subhuman. I would act like it. And so, of course, my mental health was cooked. As humans, we aren't supposed to sit there for the entire day and be this fat kid who feels bad about himself. No, you're supposed to be somewhat productive. You're not supposed to simply fry your brain the entire day with these bad habits. And so, the biggest tip that I'm going to give you to improve your mental health is we're going to progressively cut out something that a lot of people like to call cheap dopamine. When you go on these things like gaming, or you go and fap for some time, or you eat some junk food, or you scroll, these things trigger something called dopamine, which is basically the motivation chemical. When you fry it with junk food like scrolling, what happens is that your level of dopamine goes up and then it drops. Every time you spike your dopamine with these things, when it goes back down, it goes even lower. And so after years of being this fat kid playing video games for 12 hours a day, you've dropped your motivation receptors so low that you just feel semi-depressed. If you can relate to that, this is exactly what you need to do. You aren't going to simply just snap your fingers and tell yourself, yeah, I'm going to stop watching YouTube forever. No, that's retarded. Instead, what you need to do is progressively lower these things. And you might say like, oh, but I don't want to give up scrolling or junk food or gaming, right? Fine. You can be a fat fuck. You can remain in the same situation you've been in. You can try and find a quick hack that will let you lose fat while you're still eating donuts and shit. Like that one, that V-Shred guy would say like, oh, I eat donuts and still lose fat and whatever, all that shit, right? You'll still be a fat fuck. You'll still be semi-depressed. Your parents and your friends will still fat shame you. Or you can actually improve your mental health by cutting out these things, because the thing is, junk food, scrolling, gaming, they aren't even that fun anymore. If you've been in this situation where you've literally played video games all day and you still feel like bored, you don't even feel fun anymore, it's because you basically just built up this tolerance that has absolutely fried your brain. So you can either quit this habit that you know is bad for you and actually make progress, or you can sit here and say like, oh, 1 hour a day is okay, and stay fat. I learned this the hard way after 4 years. And so I hope that you could really just listen to what I'm saying and understand that this is the easiest way to lose the fat. So what we're going to do is we're going to gradually cut out these things. I'll give you an example. When I wanted to quit gaming, which I actually did just about a year and a half ago, I didn't just say, oh, I'm going to stop playing. I just snap my fingers and stop playing. No. You have to progressively reduce it by, for example, taking this in stages. So when I wanted to quit gaming, I just cut out solo gaming. I stopped playing by my own because it was brain dead boring and it wasn't even that enjoyable. And so instead, I then replaced that time I would spend solo gaming with watching videos like this, like reading. Think about it. You probably liked reading a few years ago, but now you're so semi-depressed you don't even want to pick up the book. You're so fried. This is the best way to quit any addiction. You slowly bring it down and then replace it. And when you do this, you replace it with something that isn't bad for you. So reading or watching videos like this isn't actually bad. It's actually improving your life. And so an action step I can give you is think about one addiction you could cut out right now. Gradually reduce it and then reintroduce more fun things like reading, like grinding in real life, by exercising, by watching videos like this. I'm not telling you that this is going to be an overnight thing. This will take maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks of slowly cutting it out. And you will not regret it. So, I'm going to reiterate that right now. If you just do this, in the next 2 weeks, you'll make more progress and change your life around than 5 years of trying to do this without improving your mental health. It is genuinely that overpowered. Now, I know that this journey can be hard. I know that what I've told you is not easy. And so I made a server, Discord server in the description that will basically just give you access to me. If you feel that you can relate to me and that my advice was useful, in that server you can just text me. We can get on calls. I'm going to let in a few guys, a handful of people who I just want to help lose the fat and change their lives just like I did. And so if you're sick of being a fat fuck, then go join that description. Go join that server in the description. It's just right for you. And as always, my name's Atharv. See you soon, bro.